This is Jackie with thecuttingedgeculture.com. I'm here with Rick Peters of The Perfects.
Yep.
We are here in Baltimore at Auto Bar, and you are just about to take the stage to work on a video for your song With or Without You.
Yes.
Which is a U2 cover.
Yes.
So I, of course, have to ask, what's your favorite U2 album?
Joshua Tree. Without
Very
a doubt.
good album.
Without a doubt. That was definitely the album that introduced me to U2.
Have you ever been to a U2 show?
That's the one thing I have not done, and what's funny is they are one of my favorite bands, but it seems every time they come to town, I have something else that has been booked, and I'm unable to go, which is kind of a bummer.
Damn there.
Yeah.
Fate. How did you choose to do this cover?
The song has always meant a lot to me. The interpretation of the song, what I've always pulled from it, is my way of looking at music. Everyone in this band and the backstory of how we came together, we've all gone through ups and downs, and there's always been moments where, as a musician, when you choose to do this for a career, you have moments of doubt. And it could be for any number of reasons. In our case, in every person's case in this band, there was a moment, something that happened that was significant, maybe a tragedy. Keith, our guitar player, had his drummer pass away when he was in a band called Lead the Dream. You reach those points where you start to have some doubt because you start wondering, should I be spending more time working on a family? Should I be spending more time focusing my energy on something else? So the idea behind With or Without You is we cannot live with the music, we cannot live without it. It's just a part of who we are. And that's what the song has always meant to me. Just,
I like that interpretation of it. Do you perform any other covers as part of your live set?
No, that's the only one.
So it must mean a lot if that's going to choose you to deviate.
Something I've always wanted to kind of reinterpret, or in my way.
Very nice. Well, U2 is definitely a quintessential pop rock band.
Absolutely.
What sets your band apart, The Perfects, from other bands in sort of the pop rock genre?
I don't want to compare per se to any other band that's out there. When I decided to create The Perfects, the whole idea was to have an outlet for music that I grew up listening to. I was a big fan of 80s new wave, and I wanted to kind of put my spin on it. I missed hearing it, and what inspired me to kind of go in that direction, when I heard The Bravery, when I heard The Killers, I was like, this is cool. There's bands out there doing this, and that kind of got me out of my state of dormancy, which was one of those periods in my life where I was questioning, should I be doing music? And it inspired me to fire up the keyboards and pick up the guitar and dabble and see what I could come up with. So I wouldn't want to compare it to anything current. I just kind of try to stay relevant for what it is I'm trying to do.
All right. And so the bands you mentioned, are those sort of influences?
I would say not influences, but they inspired me to pursue that direction and take a look at my influences. My influences, big Cure fan, big Depeche Mode, New Order, T-Rex, big Mark Bolan fan, obviously U2. Those bands kind of shaped the inspiration and direction of where this band headed, and then of course putting my own spin on that.
Okay. And so tonight you're doing, like I said, video footage, live video footage,
Yes.
Performance footage of With or Without You. Is the video going to be all performance, or is there going to be a bit of storytelling?
The story, it will be a story. The performance aspect of the video ties into the story and is actually the finale of the video itself. I'm not a big fan, of performance videos. I think if you're making a live, record, live DVD, that's great. That's where it's very fitting. But when you have a medium to be able to, put your music to image, I try to make use of that as much as possible to tell a story. I think it's important because it gives more weight and relevance to what it is that you're singing about, as opposed to just getting up there and saying, hey, we're a band, and trying to play rock star. I'm not into that. I like there to be a story. So the performance tonight that's being filmed very much plays a role in that story.
So I guess you've mentioned a lot of 80s bands.
Yeah.
I too am a child of the 80s, and so I have to ask the question, why make a music video in 2012 when there are no TV stations that actually show them.
There might not be any TV stations that show videos too much, but you know, where TV is not as relevant as it used to be, the medium has moved towards online, and people still watch videos online. They still, you know, for instance, your show is on YouTube. So there's an audience for viewing music videos. It's just moved from television to the computer.
That is why we're here.
That's why we're here.
Any thoughts on some bands put out lyric videos?
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, this is a cover, which I mean, you could still do a lyric video,
sure.
I guess, because there's clearly a generation that has probably no clue or very little clue about U2, which kind of makes me weep. But any thoughts to making a lyric video for other songs?
Our manager, Billy Zero, actually suggested the very thing. I was not even, believe it or not, I guess part of me does live sheltered because I'm always in my own bubble trying to do what I'm trying to do. I was not even aware the bands were doing lyric videos until recently. So that is something we are going to do, and we're going to make that more of a fan interaction, where we're going to allow the fans to provide us with images or video and put that into a compilation that will be a lyric video for this, and for we're actually filming another video in September for another song. So we're doing 2 back-to-back videos. Both of those videos will have lyric videos that will be fan interactive.
I like that idea, because a lot of bands, they'll do just lyrics where that's all you see on the screen,
Yeah.
with a little bit of sort of, reminds me of like kind of like PowerPoint, where
Yeah.
it's like a different, you know, it's a nice background in the lyrics, but that's an interesting twist on it.
It brings us closer to the people that are listening to our music. I think that's cool. Let's be a part of it.
So you mentioned that you're shooting another music video next, back to back. What else is next?
Well, what happened when I started working on this, the gentleman that's here tonight that's filming us is also working on a movie called The Heart of Six. It's a movie about high school wrestling, which is something that's very important to him. It was a big impact on his life. And he asked me to pen a song for that movie. He sent me the footage. And the music for that, the song for that, will get a music video to support the soundtrack song. And also we'll have footage from the video, from the film in the video with us performing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're going to be very busy.
Very busy.
For the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, things are good, thankfully.
Now, I don't want to jinx it, because it sounds like you said things are going very well.
Yeah.
And this doesn't come from my personal beliefs, but some people think that the world might come to an end at the end of this year.
I don't hold any weight to that.
More importantly, if it were to happen, what's the last song you'd want to hear?
It's really hard to you got me. It's a got you question. The last song that I want to hear.
Carry on. It's like I'm not even here.
You stumped me. Close to me by the Cure.
Nice. Well, I wish you luck tonight.
Thank you.
And we'll watch them further. This is Jackie with thecuttingedgeculture.com.
Perfect.